Hello, my friends, and welcome to the 52 Coffees podcast. I'm Cindee Williams, your host. 52 Coffees, what is that? Well, do you remember 2020? I was about 4 years into my empty nest journey. And when everybody was running into the house, I made a challenge to myself. Have you ever done that? Have you ever made a challenge that completely transformed your life? I said I was going to take one woman that I did not know to coffee every single week for 52 weeks. One new woman. Couldn't be my mom, couldn't be my sister. And I had two rules. I was going to find out her story and find out how I could add value to her life. What happened completely transformed my life. And I know that it can transform yours. And I'd love to give you that challenge. So, welcome to 52 Coffees podcast. Before we get started today, I want you to know that 52 Coffees podcast is sponsored by Lead My Life. I help empty nest women who are struggling with the question, who am I now? Gain confidence, reignite purpose, stop stressing, and start living. Does that sound like you? If it does, go to leadmylife.com and find out how you can be part of my coaching program and community. We would love to have you on board. Today, we are going to be talking about something fun, something that is really deeply personal, rediscovering you. Yeah, you. In the empty nest, I see you. And if you're here, I know that you've probably spent years like me pouring into others, nurturing your children, supporting your family, doing whatever it took to make sure that everybody was taken care of. And now, in this new season, you're probably wondering, who am I beyond mom, beyond wife, beyond whatever roles that you've had? And it's completely normal to feel that question tugging at your heart. I've been there. In fact, science tells us that as we move through different stages of life, especially during middle age, our brains, it undergoes this natural change that makes us really kind of reevaluate who we are. It's natural. It's part of the process. And according to research in the field of neuroplasticity, that's a good one, right? The brain's ability to reorganize itself, right? Get rid of the clutter and do something new. Middle age is just this powerful time for growth and rediscovery. And as we transition from one life role to another, our brains are really primed right now to explore new perspectives, new passions, helping us define who we are beyond our familiar roles that maybe we've done for 2 or 3 decades or more of our life. It's a new time. And the truth is, well, raising children is an incredibly beautiful, and I'm going to say challenging calling. It is not the only one you have. In this new chapter, there's an opportunity, a beautiful invitation to rediscover the woman that God created you to be and to step into your role as a faith-fueled impact maker. You're going to hear that a lot today. And that's exactly what we're diving into in Discover You. I want you to know this because it makes a difference. You see, as humans, as women, we're wired to connect our sense of self to the roles that we play, especially when those roles are as personal and completely immersive as motherhood. Studies show that over time, our brain's neural pathways, they adapt and reorganize around the identities and the responsibilities that we carry and that we hold on to. So when there's a major role shift, as in motherhood to empty nesthood, it's very natural to feel a void, a loss of self, even. Who am I now? Psychologists refer to this as an identity transition. We're making a shift. And it's a phase where we're really re-invited to re-examine who we are and reconnect with the deeper aspects of ourselves. It's a beautiful time if we allow it to be. Here's the good news. Rediscovering who you are isn't about starting over. It's not writing a new book. It's starting a new chapter. It's a chance to expand exponentially on your life. You are still the same incredible person with all the experiences, values, and passions that God has been weaving, intertwining into your life since the very beginning. Psalm 139, 13, 14. For you created me, my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb, and I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God has been shaping you from the start, from the very start, giving you unique gifts, passions, dreams. They're still yours. They're still yours to explore and embrace. Don't give up on them. Don't put them on a shelf. It's time to take them down. Rediscovering yourself in this season means reawakening those gifts and passions so you can step forward as that faith-fueled impact maker, using your unique strengths to make a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of others. Now, if you're like me, you may be wondering, how do I even begin to rediscover myself at this stage? Aren't I too old? Why bother? But one of the most powerful tools that we use in the Lead My Life program to start you off on this journey is the DISC behavioral assessment. It's amazing. DISC is a scientific tool that you normally see in corporate environments, but I love using it for the individual. It gives you insights into your unique personality style. I've had clients cry when we go over their assessment because they see themselves for the first time. It uncovers your natural strengths, how you prefer to communicate, and how you're wired to connect with others. We're all wired in a different way. DISC doesn't just help you understand who you are, it equips you with this powerful resource to become this, again, that faith-fueled impact maker, someone who builds meaningful relationships, strengthens connections, and leads with authenticity. A real woman, a real woman in her wisdom years. You see, self-discovery isn't only about looking inward. That would be pretty selfish. It's about enhancing your relationships and the impact that you have on others in this new season of your life. So studies in psychology tell us that one of the biggest factors in life satisfaction is having strong, supportive relationships. And DISC can help us nurture those connections with deeper empathy and understanding. Don't we need that? Can't we use that in all relationships? Just think of a difficult relationship that you have. Wouldn't that be amazing if you could have deeper empathy and understanding? That's why the first step in the Lead My Life journey is a DISC assessment. And together we use the insights that we find in this 38-page report to create a life where you feel seen, where you feel valued, and you're ready to inspire those around you. You're ready to make an impact on the world. And a very key component of rediscovery is creating space. Space in our life for something that we often neglected to do when we were busy mamas raising a family. So in the Lead My Life program, one part of it is this process that I like to call reflect, reset, and renew. Something that we've kind of forgotten how to do. And these steps guide you towards uncovering your identity and purpose in a way that's practical, reflective, and very deeply personal. So reflect. Let's talk about that. Reflecting is the very foundation. It's the bricks on the very bottom. And we start by taking a look back at the things in your life that brought you joy, both big and small. Think of your 10-year-old self. Moments when you felt truly alive and fulfilled and happy, the bike with your hair flowing in the breeze, right? Research shows that reflecting on those past positive experiences It boosts serotonin in our bodies and it helps us gain clarity on what brings us happiness now. Reflecting on those moments can give you clues to what truly lights up your spirit because we forget. Maybe we've forgotten over time and how you are uniquely wired to make an impact in this season of your life. So we look back to look ahead. Now, reset. This is where the DISC assessment becomes especially powerful. When you reset, you start to see the patterns in how you interact with others. And you start to gain clarity on the strengths and communication styles that are more natural to you. And you start to see where you can improve. Studies in psychology show that when we better understand ourselves, we can create healthier, more meaningful connections with others. With these insights, you can reset your approach to your relationships. Does that sound good? Sometimes we need that, a little reset with our husband, with our spouse, communicating with loved ones, adult children. That relationship kind of shifts and we need a new way of communicating. And in ways, we want to communicate in ways that foster more harmonious communications. Get rid of that strife. Let's talk about renew. This is where transformation happens by honoring who God created you to be and renewing your focus on living with purpose and living on purpose. You're going to feel empowered to embrace your role, and I'm going to say it again, as that faith-fueled impact maker. Renewing your spirit and stepping forward with intention, it means embracing new passions and ways to serve that align with your true self. Research has shown that when we live with a sense of purpose, we're going to experience lower levels of stress. We all need that. And a greater sense of well-being. We're going to have peace. We're going to be leading from the inside out. And what happens around us is going to have less impact. Science also tells us that having a sense of purpose, knowing who you are, and forward in life. Don't get stuck and stagnant. Even when challenges arise, we'll be stronger and able to withstand the storms. And you know what? God has designed us to live this way. There's a reason why we're fulfilled when we live intentionally. Ephesians 2:10 says this, for we are God's handiwork. Do you feel like his handiwork? And we are created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. This renewal of purpose and identity is part of his plan, a way for us to honor him by using our gifts to serve and inspire others. You know, there was a time when I felt this same tugging at my heart that maybe you're feeling right now. I struggled with who I was back then, as a new emptiness mom. And I wondered if my best years were behind me, if I was running out of time, and it kind of freaked me out. But then I started to rediscover my passions. I started to explore new interests. I started to set my new goals. I have my 52 Coffees challenge, and my world exploded. What I found out was this: God isn't finished with me yet, and he's not finished with you. Rediscovery isn't about going backwards. It's about moving forward, full force, with a heart full of wisdom. These are our wisdom years, ladies. We're going to be impact makers. I can tell you, Henry Nouwen says, the greatest trap in our life is not success, popularity, or power. It is self-rejection. When we reject ourselves, when we say no to God and all that He has woven into our lives, we lack purpose. But when we embrace the journey, when we invite His purpose to flourish within us, it empowers us to go out and make a difference. This is what we are created for. I want to encourage you today. I want to empower you today for you to know that this is a beautiful point in time. Don't let this season pass you by without exploring all that's waiting for you. Rediscovering who you are is a journey that is worth taking. I cannot tell you that enough. And it starts with understanding your unique gifts, how they shape your relationships, and how they equip you very uniquely to make an impact. I would feel so honored and privileged to walk alongside you in this journey, starting with the DISC assessment. If you're ready to dive deeper into rediscovering who you are beyond motherhood, reconnecting with your purpose, reigniting that, and embracing your potential as that faith-fueled impact maker, I invite you, schedule a call with me, schedule a clarity call with me. Go to leadmylife.com to do that. I would love to talk with you. And together, we'll walk through, reflect, reset, and renew. We'll walk through the DISC assessment. I'm going to help you step into a life of purpose and meaningful connection. Remember, my friends, that rediscovery is a journey, and every single step is worth it, even the hard ones. You're not alone. I have a community of support to help you, and you're certainly not finished. I'm so excited to see where God is going to take you. Are you ready to step into it? If you enjoyed our time together today, please comment below what your biggest takeaway was, what you enjoyed, maybe the steps that you are going to take today to move forward into your life, and then go to Lead My Life. Book that clarity call. I want to talk with you. It's my gift to you. I want to give a little time to you for us to come up with something that you can move forward with in life. And then don't forget to subscribe and like this episode. And I will see you next week. Take care, my friends. Bye.